I'm Aubrey. Standing on the stage of the grand ballroom at the Crestwood Country Club, with the deafening applause ringing in my ears, I cast a glance at my family sitting in the front rows. My father, Mr. Harris, looked as if he'd seen a ghost, his face as white as a sheet. My sister, Madison, had her mouth agape in sheer shock, and my brother, Ethan, was clutching the table edge so tightly his knuckles were turning white. My mother, Mrs. Harris, had tears streaming down her face. It was a moment I'd both longed for and dreaded. Just a few hours ago, as I approached the club, a burly security guard stepped in my path, his hand raised like a barricade. "Ma'am, this is a members-only event. You have to leave," he said gruffly. I remained calm and told him I was there for the ownership transition meeting. I reached for my phone, but before I could do anything, Madison's mocking voice cut through the air. "Aubrey, what on earth are you doing here?" She emerged from the clubhouse looking like $1 million, wearing a designer dress that probably cost more than my first year's worth of rent. Her diamond earrings sparkled in the sunlight, and behind her, my mother and Ethan followed, looking every bit the part of the affluent club members they were. "I have a meeting," I said simply. Madison let out a shrill laugh. "A meeting? Aubrey, this is the ownership announcement. The club was sold to a tech company. This is for members and stakeholders only." Then she turned to the security guard with a feigned look of sympathy. "I'm so sorry. This is my sister. She sometimes gets a bit confused." My mother, always the one to look down on me, stepped forward. "Aubrey, this is embarrassing. You can't just barge into exclusive events. This isn't one of your nerdy tech meet-ups." The security guard shifted uncomfortably and repeated that I had to leave. Ethan joined in, his voice urgent. "Aubrey, don't make a scene. You'll get escorted out, and it'll ruin our family's reputation here. We've worked hard to be part of this club." I calmly repeated that I had an invitation. Madison scoffed. "Those spam emails aren't real invitations, honey. Remember when you thought you were invited to that international business summit? You were so naive." Just then, my father walked over, dressed in his fancy golfing attire. He looked proud as he addressed Madison and Ethan. "Madison, I heard you're up for a position on the club's social committee. Ethan, your boss mentioned a promotion. Well done, son." Then he glanced at me, and his smile faded. "Aubrey, what a surprise." Madison whispered loudly, "She thinks she's supposed to be at the meeting." My father's expression turned to irritation and pity. "Aubrey, this isn't appropriate. I know you're into your computer things, but you can't just crash an event like this. The new owners are big shots in the tech world, not some small-time coders." I said quietly, "That's because you've never bothered to ask what I do." Ethan groaned. "We've asked. You talk about data encryption and cloud storage, and it's all Greek to us." "It's not our fault." Madison chimed in, "Nobody wants to hear about servers and algorithms at family dinners. Read the room, Aubrey." The security guard was getting impatient. "Ma'am, I have to call this in." I calmly replied, "Call Mr. Richard Stone, the general manager. Tell him Aubrey Harris is here." My family looked at me as if I'd lost my mind. My mother hissed, "You can't just name-drop like you're on a first-name basis with him." I replied, "I do know him. We've had numerous meetings over the past few months." Madison laughed cruelly. "Meetings? Did you just fix his computer? That's not a real professional relationship." The security guard radioed in. After some static, a clear voice came through. "Aubrey Harris, send her straight to the grand ballroom. She's expected." The guard's attitude did a complete 180. "I apologize, Miss Harris. Please go in. They're waiting for you." My family stood there, completely stunned. My father stammered, "There must be a mistake." The guard firmly replied, "No mistake, sir. Miss Harris has clearance." As I started walking towards the entrance, I could hear my mother whispering urgently, "How does Aubrey know Richard Stone?" They followed me at a distance, their confidence clearly shaken. Inside the grand ballroom, Mr. Stone, a distinguished-looking man with salt and pepper hair, welcomed me with a big smile. "Aubrey, perfect timing. We're about to start. Your seat is up front." Madison couldn't believe it. "Mr. Stone, there's some confusion. She's our sister." Mr. Stone raised his eyebrows and said, "How wonderful. A truly remarkable young woman. Please, the Harris family can sit in the VIP section." My family was led to the VIP area, surrounded by some of the most powerful people in business. My mother whispered, "I don't understand, Aubrey. What's going on?" Mr. Stone took the stage and began the presentation. 3 months ago, a technology company approached us about buying Crestwood Country Club. Their goal is not to change the club's essence but to enhance it with state-of-the-art facilities. An image of the company logo appeared on the screen. Digital Fortress Technologies, a rapidly growing cyber security firm. Ethan let out a gasp. Digital Fortress Technologies is one of the biggest names in cyber security. They have offices across the globe and work with major corporations and government entities. Mr. Stone continued, "The founder of Digital Fortress, Aubrey Harris, wanted to give back to the community where she grew up. She wanted a place where families could come together and traditions could thrive." Then my professional headshot appeared on the screen. Please welcome the founder and CEO of Digital Fortress Technologies and the new owner of Crestwood Country Club, Aubrey Harris. The applause thundered as I walked to the stage. Mr. Stone handed me the microphone. I took a deep breath and began to speak. 10 years ago, I started Digital Fortress in my tiny studio apartment with a second-hand laptop, a mountain of student loans, and an idea that most people, especially my family, thought was completely unrealistic. I was told to get a real job and stop playing around with computers. But I refused to listen. I worked endless hours, taught myself advanced cryptography, and cold-called potential clients until someone finally gave me a chance. That first client paid me $5,000, and from there, I built my business. Last year, we went public, raising $600 million. My personal net worth is over $400 million. I own multiple properties, a venture capital fund, and as of today, Crestwood Country Club, which I bought for $45 million in cash. Madison let out a small, wounded sound. I went on, "I'm not saying this to brag. When the security guard stopped me today, my family thought I was delusional. They couldn't fathom that I could be more successful than they were. Dad, you told me to accept my limitations. I did, but only the ones I set for myself. You asked what I do. I protect the digital infrastructure of this country. When you log into your online bank account, my software keeps your money safe. When the government exchanges sensitive information, my encryption safeguards national security. Ethan, you said I was out of my depth in the real tech industry. I am the tech industry. I've spoken at major tech conferences and been featured in top-tier business magazines. Madison, you thought my company name was just cute. Digital Fortress is valued at over $1 billion, and we employ hundreds of people around the world. I bought this club because I have so many fond memories of watching my family enjoy it while I studied in the library, unable to afford a membership. Now, I'm making changes. We'll upgrade the technology, start a scholarship program for young entrepreneurs, and change the membership criteria to focus on diversity and innovation. After my speech, I asked Mr. Stone to confirm my invitation for the record. He said, "Miss Harris has a lifetime platinum membership and full authority over club operations." As I stepped down from the stage, my father grabbed my arm. "Aubrey, wait. We had no idea." I gently removed his hand and said, "You had no idea because you never asked. You never cared about what I was doing, and you never supported me. I'm done pretending that your approval matters." I'll be polite in public, but privately, we're at a new juncture. You can keep your memberships, but no special treatment. And if you need help in the future, the answer is no. My sister looked heartbroken, and my mother was in tears. Mr. Stone then approached me. Miss Harris, you have a call from the Pentagon's Cyber Security Department. I gave my family one last look and said, enjoy the lunch. The steak is excellent. I made sure to keep some of the old recipes. As I walked away to take the important call, I felt a sense of relief. Their recognition was a decade too late. I was Aubrey Harris, the successful founder of Digital Fortress Technologies and the new owner of Crestwood Country Club. I had real work to do.